This dot plot indicator that you're seeing behind my head here, as well as the arrow labels you are seeing on the chart, are both custom created indicators by myself, and they help point towards the momentum and direction of a stock ticker. In today's video, we are going to go over the indications that were given by these indicators this week and see how they performed. Hit the like button if you're excited, and we'll jump into it. Let's start right here on the chart that we were just on in the intro. AMD on the daily gave a dip buy signal at the close of this candle, which was 164.29. It did this, of course, because your top MACD major momentum line was green and all the other indicators were red, meaning strong stock on a dip, gave the buy indication for the reversal buy trade strategy. And as you can see, I mean, the next day was immediately up nearly 20 points, 17, 16 points, something like that. Now, of course, this was because NVIDIA crushed earnings, but still, it gave the indication, and it gave the indication in the right way, didn't it? So maybe a little bit of a coin toss on that trade, but no matter what it be, the indication worked really, really well on this dip buy. Buying small weakness on macro strength on AMD. Speaking to another earnings play, but this one being more direct as it was based off its earnings itself, Palo Alto Networks got absolutely smashed on earnings. But funnily enough, my indications, the way I have coded them, still gave you a buy signal here because Palo Alto was so strong going into earnings that this, even on this crush day, the top line still remained green. It turned red the next day, but the first day of this, kind of bar before close, or into close, should I say, the top line was still green while all your other indicators were red. So this was still a dip buy, which you bought at the close of this day, just shy of 262, and it has already bounced back up above 282. So an immediate 20 point, is that a near 10%, 8% bounce or something like that? Yeah, something like 8% bounce in the last 2 days on this Palo Alto Networks play. This one, once again, a little bit crazy, has to deal with earnings and what a dip it was, and you've got some real steal ones if you were buying down here, but the indicator gave the indication, it gave the arrow, and look at the bounce you got. Both of those plays simple right off the indicator from this week. If you like how these indicators look, they are both available for download from my website, daytradingstrategies.net, along with all of my other custom codes. If you're using ThinkorSwim, you're going to get over 40 different custom codes that you can access and easily import into your chart for only $25. And even if you're not using ThinkorSwim, there's 5 or 6 codes that you can import into TradingView and use there. And once again, $25. It is $25 a month because I am always updating my codes and adding new codes. I promise at least one new code a week. And as you can see, I've actually been kind of pumping it out lately, but it is a subscription, of course. That's like any subscription, you can cancel it whenever you would like. So if you would like to just sign up, download these 2 indicators or all my indicators, then cancel your subscription, feel free. So for $25, daytradingstrategies.net, link at the top of the description. If you don't think that's worth it, I don't know what to tell you. Now, this one is a new trade, so we can't exactly talk about how it already performed, but I just want to show off a short trade style example. Pfizer, this is the Pfizer daily chart, PFE, has been getting absolutely crushed lately, and it just got another short indication, once again, based off of my strategy, based off of my custom coded studies, here around, where did this bar close? 27.76. And the short strategy works just like the dip buy strategy, right? It is just punishing the trend. Just like on the dip buy strategy, you have strength, you buy every dip, buy every dip, buy every dip. When you have weakness, you short every rip, short every rip, short every rip. I mean, look at this. You're shorting it at 41.59. You're shorting it at 41.70, move down to 36. You short it at 39.60, immediate move down to 37. You short it at 37.5, immediate move down. Just look at the way the short strategy has been punishing Pfizer, and it did just get a bounce, even just over the last week, from from sub 27 to above 28. So it is once again looking to punish this bounce on Pfizer. So we'll see how this trade goes into the next week. CCCC, Quad C, is a stock that's been going absolutely berserk lately. This is its daily chart, and obviously a couple of nice dip buys on the daily chart. But I want to take a moment now to dive into an intraday chart and showcase that, yes, these indicators, a beauty of ThinkorSwim is that you can simply just change your time frame and the indicator will instantly run on that time frame. You don't have to go like change the code for every ticker, change the code for every time frame. Nope. It immediately drops down to this time frame and shows you, of course, the same dot plot, the same on-chart indicators. And just look at how it's performed on this Quad C chart so far, just kind of looking back at past days as well. I know some of this is behind my head. Let me zoom out. I mean, look at even like it switched from buy here to short here to back to buy to buy to buy to short on the weakness. Look at how well this thing flips in your direction and your momentum. That's the whole point of these indicators, right? But let's take a look at a couple of examples just from the most recent day here. Quad C, of course, had a crazy day. You got a really nice dip buy opportunity here. And I just want to cover this as well. I've talked about this before, but the arrow is just showcasing the first bar that the indicator has crossed. So this is when your green bar is, your top bar is green. Let me move myself here. Let me just zoom this a little bit differently. Your top bar is green, but all your other bars go red. All your other dots go red. You get the indicator. But look, that's also true here, 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 and here, right? That is also true on this dot plot indicator this entire time, throughout this entire time down here. So it's not necessarily that at the green indicator, that's the perfect time to buy and you should fully load in and this is it, it's gonna fly. No, if I had my labels turned on, actually I have my labels turned off because I think it looks cleaner like this, but if I had my labels turned on, if I had this dip buy turned on, it would be green throughout this entire time because it's true this entire time. Does that make sense? So please, whenever you're looking at this indicator, or whenever you're looking at any indicator really, understand that it's not always right. It doesn't mean, oh my God, Trey's indicator says buy. It must mean this is going to go up. And also, and maybe it's just like giving an indication and maybe it's time to start scaling into positions or whatnot. Find the way that it works best for you after downloading it. Once again, link at the top of the description, but find the way it works best for you. I know the thumbnail of this video is going to be something like 100% win rate or something. And yes, that's a little bit clickbaity. As you all know, I show you guys all the time on this videos. I make sure to show you when the strategies or when the studies are also incorrect, right? But you guys see what I'm competing against, so I got to get a little bit clickbaity. But let me look here on Quad C. Of course, it gives a buy signal here, keeps dipping. Guess what? You're not always going to win. The study's not always right, especially when you come down to these smaller time frames, right? I mean, let's even jump down to the 1 minute time frame here and look at some of these. Actually, funnily enough, this might have performed better on the 1 minute time frame. Look at these buys here. So nice. Rip, dip, dip, dip. It's crushed. Get crushed down, short, a couple of nice shorts there. So once again, find the way this strategy works best for you. It doesn't always win. That's not the point of any strategy, any study, to always win, right? Just to help give you ideas. Can be used intraday, can be used daily. Find what works best for you. Do your own testing. Do your own testing of the study, of the strategy. Implement what works for you, and then have fun.
Trading stocks. He talks about trading stocks. It's important for you Americans and other international individuals to learn about stocks.